Who in here would like to be a superhero? Yes, good. But why? You know? That must be the next question.
Fight the villains.
Good, yeah. And maybe some superpowers. They're pretty cool. Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe a cool suit, cape, mask, or a little bit what you're in on, saving people, helping people, fighting the baddies. Or maybe even just some plain old recognition, as software developers, I think, well, at least this has been my experience, often normal people don't understand what it is we do, really. I know my mum used to ask, what is it really you do? And I'm like, well, we've talked about this before, but Hotmail? Because this is back when Hotmail was the thing. And she's like, yeah. All right, well, I'm not the guy who makes it look the way it looks, but maybe I'm the guy who makes the message going to the right person, make sure the message gets from person A to the right person. And she's kind of like, yeah, okay. You can tell she didn't really get it, and then she's like, but while you're here, could you have a look at the printer? It's acting up again. And I go, yes, I can fix the printer. So often people don't understand what we're doing, but superheroes, everybody knows what a superhero is. Everybody likes superheroes. They're cool. So, but what is a superhero then? No? Well, looking at Wikipedia, as we always do for definitions, a superhero is a type of hero character possessing extraordinary talents, supernatural phenomena, or superhuman powers, and dedicated to protecting the public. Alright, so any superhuman powers in here? How about extraordinary talents? Yeah, maybe? Well, I think you people being at this conference, there probably is some quite extraordinary talents and possibly some superhuman powers. I'm not alone in thinking this. 2 years ago, here at Øredev, we had a man called David Rowan here. He's the editor of the UK edition of the Wired magazine. He was doing a keynote, and he said, you guys have won. Software engineers are running the world. And that's worth thinking about. Today's society, we have software everywhere. It's in our cars, it's in our phones, it's in our watches, it's everywhere. And as the people who control this software, who make this software, I reckon we're bordering on having some superpowers, because that's pretty special. We can do almost anything with software these days. So I reckon we're well on our way to becoming superheroes. We have powers. So what else? So we have the extraordinary talents or superhuman powers. So next thing, protecting the public, or helping people at least. How about that? That might be a bit trickier, because as software developers, as we just talked about, people often don't understand what we do, and sometimes we don't understand normal people, and we end up with things like this. It's a user error. The users, these people, they don't understand our beautiful code. What's wrong with them? But this is a bit... So, let's put yourselves in the situation that you want to have some good fun, you want to code some stuff, you've got some spare time on a weekend or in your evenings, you want to build an app, or get involved with an open source project or something. Are you going to do that for the people who don't understand you and who might be annoying you and all that? Or are you more likely to maybe go somewhere like GitHub and find some other developers? You understand developers, they understand you. You can find some cool open source projects to get involved with people who, you know, you can hang out with and you can understand. Nothing against GitHub, you know, great place. However, maybe GitHub isn't where the public is, and we just discovered that to be superheroes, we should be helping the public, the normal people. So, what should we do? Well, maybe actually we can find some ways of helping normal people, even on GitHub. For example, here, there's this project called the Humanitarian Toolbox. It's a open source project. Any of you as developers can get involved. Their aim is to build tools to help volunteers go into disaster zones. So they have a few different projects, and you can simply contact them, get involved. It's on GitHub, you can contribute code. So how about that? Now we're starting to get closer to the whole helping the public. So we have the powers, we might be able to help the public. It's looking good. Or yesterday, I don't know how many of you were at the keynote yesterday morning, but before the keynote, Björn got up, a guy called Josh, and he mentioned this I am the cavalry, where security experts are coming together and looking at the issues in today's connected society and the security flaws that they're seeing there. So another perfect place you could get involved, and it would definitely be helping the public. Or if you have kids, or if you just enjoy hanging out with kids, you can get involved with something like Coder Dojo, where helping kids learn programming, or just introducing them to the joys and fun of programming and coding, and getting the young people interested, or just showing them that this iPad or this phone or whatever, it's not a magic black box. You know, you can even do this. You can show them how it works a bit, and thereby make it a little bit less magic. Or there's another organization. For example, this one is called Code for America, and it's obviously started in America. That's the name, you can see it. But this has grown, and there's now code for Germany, code for Poland, and they're in other places as well. They're aimed, from what I've been able to see, they do a lot of community stuff. They work with open data to help civic issues in the community where you live, and you can get involved there and do various things to help out. So here we go. You can do it. We've just found you all have the potential to become superheroes. You have the powers, you have the opportunity, which I think is pretty cool. When I started thinking about this, I went and had a look for these kind of opportunities to get involved with things where, for a greater good, you know, you're doing something which has a bit of a greater good outcome, but it wasn't quite as easy as I thought it would be to find places to help out. So what I've done is I've started putting together a list, put it on GitHub, and so you can either find it through my GitHub repo, and I might very well eventually move it onto its own thing, so it's not just sitting on mine. But you can get to it at the moment through this URL, softwareheroes.net. So if anybody's interested at all, check it out, and if you know of things that might be, you know, something to put on the list, get in touch or help out on the GitHub repo. If you have any good ways of making the lists a bit better at the moment, it's a bit unorganized, but I'm working on the way to best organize it. So, Go forth. Be a superhero. Make your mom proud. Maybe more importantly, make yourself proud. Thank you.